Good Thursday morning to you. I'm Eastern PA Weather Authority meteorologist Bobby Marchers. This is your outlook for March 27, 2014. And we're going to have high pressure that's going to be in control of our weather yet again today. It's going to be sinking to the southeast off the Carolina coast. And what that's going to do is the return flow around the high pressure is going to allow for temperatures to warm a little bit because we have winds out of the southwest as this high pressure continues to move off to the southeast here. Now, it's only going to be about 10 degrees warmer over most of our coverage area than it was as far as air temperatures are concerned compared to yesterday. But since the system that was affecting Nova Scotia yesterday is moving even further northeast at this point, we are not going to be under the influence of that wind in the tight isobars that were over our area yesterday that died off last evening. So it is going to be much less windy, so that the temperature, the apparent temperature, what it feels like compared to the actual temperature, wind chill, will actually be much less today, and it'll feel so much warmer than just the 10-degree air temperature difference from yesterday. So big noticeable difference coming for your day today. And then we're going to move a little bit forward, ahead 3 frames here. This is going to be a cold front that's going to come through here on Friday, in association with a low pressure system sitting up here above the Great Lakes. Cold front is sitting back here like this at this point. Plenty of precipitation out in front of it. This is all in the form of rain, of course, because we have temperatures, again, winds out of the southwest, temperatures well into the 50s, so we're not going to be dealing with any wind shear precipitation as this moves through. This is actually showing Friday morning, and Friday morning 7 a.m. and getting into central PA at this point, and then we think at by the afternoon it gets over to eastern PA. This is a steady rain, and that's starting to wrap up over eastern PA in the evening hours, but still continuing in New Jersey for a little bit. Going to head over the NAM high res, and this gives a better idea of the breakdown. And here's looking at 5 o'clock in the morning on Friday, and you can see the rain sitting over much of central PA at this point. It's going to move east between 8 and 8 noon, basically. You're going to have the rain sitting over eastern PA. Makes its way over to southeastern PA, northern New Jersey by the time we get into early afternoon Friday, and then that pushes into the rest of Jersey by 5 p.m. But you can see it's starting to end already back here across central PA and eastern PA. The front at this point is actually sitting way back here. All this precipitation is way out ahead of it, so it's kind of like a prefrontal trough type setup where you have all the precipitation sitting way out in front of the front, and then by the time we get to the next frame here, you can see that front's moving a little bit further to the south here. So the front's going to move through between 8 p.m. and midnight from northwest to southeast, but you have the precipitation for the most part ending that was out in front of it, and then when this comes through, you might get it might touch off another shower quickly before the front moves through, and then that's out of here. Storm Prediction Center does have a risk for thunderstorms on Friday, but I was taking a look at some of the soundings across the area. In particular, took up the Scranton-Wilkes-Barre Airport area, Allentown, and Philadelphia, and also Dover. I took some soundings out of New Jersey as well, but there's really nothing that's really striking me as showing thunderstorms. We really don't have not a lot of instability to deal with that day, and really actually no instability whatsoever to speak of. And even though there's a cold front that's coming through, and that would provide somewhat of a lifting mechanism, there's really not a lift, and there's actually a low-level temperature inversion, which would allow a little bit warmer temperatures as you go up in elevation to about 5,000 feet. So really not looking at anything as far as thunderstorms on Friday, and I'd be surprised if the Storm Prediction Center keeps this up unless something changes in the overnight guidance. But right now it's not looking like anything for thunderstorms, at least not on a grand scale on Friday, especially with the precipitation moving in earlier in the day. We're going to go back to the GFS here and go a little bit forward from that point. And then here is the next area of precipitation. Is an area of low pressure that is moving in from the southwest. Now, I think Saturday morning is going to be okay. I think it's going to be Saturday afternoon, Saturday evening, Saturday overnight. You're going to get this rain in association with this low pressure system. Now, the GFS is trying to hang this on a little bit longer. Here is 7 a.m. on at 7 a.m. on Sunday. It's starting to put snow back here in northern PA. I think this is a bunch of BS, honestly. I really don't think it's going to be this cold, and there's really no other model that supports this idea. So I think the GFS is getting a little bit too aggressive with the cold here, and I'm not thinking we're dealing with any winter precipitation, but we will monitor it just in case. And here's Sunday afternoon. Again, the GFS is trying to hang this around a little bit, but all the other models are a little bit more progressive with it, which is odd because the GFS is the most progressive model of the majors. So a little strange that it's trying to hang this out a little bit longer, but we think at least the Sunday starts off with maybe a morning shower and clouds, and then improving conditions throughout the day is the early call for what we're looking at Sunday. You see even Sunday evening it's showing something here, which I think this is completely lost in this idea here. I don't think anything lingers on your day on Sunday. And then this moves off the coast. Monday's going to turn out to be a really nice day, very mild. Temperatures getting up to 60 or above in many locations. And then we have another system that's moving through the Great Lakes. This one's much weaker and does have another cold front attached with it. But this would be later in the day, we think, on Tuesday or Tuesday night. You could get a late shower out of that. We'll tackle that as we get a little bit closer. That's getting at the end of our forecast range. I'm Eastern PA Weather Authority meteorologist Bobby Martrich. That is your outlook for March 27, 2014. Have a great Thursday.